Hello everyone, and welcome back to the EOS Commonwealth, and of course, to Stellaris, where in the last episode we managed to progress a little bit. We're now in the year 2237, and there are many new things opened up to us, but also many things closing to us as well, because we've got the Bantharium Trading Consortium in the Royalty Federation. Now, they may not have been the smartest move, because you notice that their economy is pretty good, as you might expect of a megacorp empire. Yeah, we may have just given away a fairly powerful card to someone who is already causing trouble. Who could have seen that coming, eh? Alas, I may have been blinded by the idea of getting space friends, okay? And, well, damn me, I guess. But it looks like the Athlid Forerunners have closed their borders. I was a little bit surprised that they had them open to us anyway. So that's not a particularly big issue right now. But there are a couple of things that we do want to have a quick look at. Let's, pause that there for a second. Let's go ahead and have a look. We need to get this up. Yeah, okay, that's going to be an important one for us. Archaeological site event pending. Ooh, something has happened at one of the archaeological sites we're currently excavating. Well, we're only excavating one, so... A log of sorts was recovered from what is believed to have served as a spacecraft's bridge. Captain Chronicle. Begin recording. Made forced landing on planet 5523X. Incompetent crew to blame. Shabda, Vaxel, and Dibrak III did not survive. Pirvax lost 2 secondary appendages and 11 of his eyes. Remains in critical condition. Survival doubtful. Rest are fine. Awaiting rescue, but surrounded by idiots. Very depressed. I see. Okay, well, Continuing on then, at least we've got one more place to go. Our skill bonus is helping a little bit, so hopefully we will continue to chug through those clues as time goes on. In terms of our consumer goods production, we very much need to sort this out. We are quite far away on Aavak from getting another person. However, we're fairly close on T Prime. Caladan a little bit further away, and very, very, very far away on Oolong Prime. So we may actually want to start considering moving out and grabbing a new habitable world. That is definitely an option. It'll take us a little bit of time to gather the influence, but I think that should be fine. We'll continue to try and reinforce the fleet as best we can, We've now got a couple of destroyers slowly being added to it, so I'm actually pretty happy with that, but it is pushing us massively over our naval capacity, and that is making everything cost quite a lot more. So, well, maybe we'll stop expanding it out quite as aggressively. Once I've got it up to 1k, we can take a little bit of a breather, but I really, really feel basically naked in the galaxy right now without at least one 1k fleet. So, yeah. Gonna continue as normal and just see what there is to see out there. Bring you back when there's something to report. Well, it is 2238, so not much time has passed. Well, actually, we're almost the end of 2238, but another archaeological dig site event. The Great Junk Slide. When attempting to extract an item of interest from a pile of assorted bric-a-brac, Data accidentally set in motion a junk avalanche. Buried underneath it, we discovered the sooty remains of a tiny rat-like creature cradling a bottle of stomach wash from a brand common on Aavak, as if shielding it from harm. Among the clutter, there was also a tiny chest with precious alien artifacts from distant corners of the galaxy. Excellent. 50 motes and 10 minor artifacts. Wow, okay. That was actually amazing, but has that actually done anything else? Oh no, it was just something that happened. We're actually still trying to break through that clue. It was just a thing that occurred. I didn't realize that happened. I thought it only brought up an event when you'd actually finished a chapter in the dissect, so that's actually pretty cool. Impressive structures litter a small area of the surface of Lictabon 1A, practically begging for some archaeological work. Well, by all means, we're doing it anyway. So that seems fair. We are expanding out our frontiers, let's say, though it looks like our neighbors are doing exactly the same. Now, we want to get to these planets as quickly as we can and survey them ourselves, because that is the easiest way for us to gather some juicy tech. Now, and other things, sometimes ships and so on and so forth, just resources occasionally. Ion thrusters have been unlocked. That's excellent news. What are we going to go for? Well, we could start looking at starholds, I suppose. Actually, no, we're going to go with powered exoskeletons, especially because this starts unlocking the robotic path. Whether we're going to go down the robotic path, I don't know. As spiritualists, I think it's going to be less of an imperative, less of a guaranteed path for us to take, but still, that extra little bit of minerals will come in handy later on. Okay, so moving into the middle of 2239, and I'll bring you back when there's something newsworthy. Well, the archaeological events are coming in thick and fast. First mate's report. Another log has been found and translated. First mate Yathar speaking. Captain has been safely stowed in utility closet C. That bumbling fool is to blame for everything. I am in command now. Chief Engineer Zabla is working on a subspace transmitter. Without one, I fear we'll never get rescued, as we're too far off the corporate trade routes. Pervax lost another eye. Likely won't last the day. Wow, poor old Pervax. Feel sorry for you. Curiouser and curious, more to the point. My goodness. Alright. Well, carry on. You're doing a great job, I think. More or less. Okay. Well, it sounds like that ship. I calling it now, it's just going to be every person in the crew is going to blame someone else. And it's just because they couldn't work together, like us. Oh, okay, a lot of new things going on. Federation level has now been unlocked. Hooray! Let's slow things down there. Go ahead and research that for us, please and thank you. Yep, research, donk. You can research this one, donk. I think they were both in the same place. But let's have a look. Right, so we've got level 2. That gives us officer exchange. The amount members contribute towards the Federation naval capacity counts for 25% more. Welcoming nature. New members impose a 50% smaller cohesion penalty on the Federation. And federal envoys. The better future we're striving to build will only work if all beings are aware of what we mean to achieve. We intend to become a persuasive force of peace in the galaxy. Available envoys +1. Oh, I massively approve of this. Okay, we've got a good old ways to go for the next one. Wow, you're growing in economy a lot faster than I am. This makes me very, very, very sad indeed. Let's have a quick look. Is there anything new that we want to vote on? Not really. Let's have a look at this one. So, Federation Centralization. The level of Federation influence over member states are kept very low. Unlocks the following laws. Fleet contribution low. Succession type challenge. War declaration, majority vote. Invite members, majority vote. Separate treaties, prohibited. Okay. So, right now, I'm assuming that we've got separate treaties are allowed. If we go for this one, then we're going to have treaties as a block. Free migration is currently disabled. Kick members is a majority vote. Well, that wouldn't change things. I think we'd have monthly cohesion -1, but yeah, I think we're going to go for this one. Yes. There we go. I'm going to vote yes on that, and we'll see how that one goes through. I think it would be a pretty good one, honestly. So, hopefully, yeah, that will get a pass reasonably soon. Yeah, we have voted to change the legislation. Fantastic. Hopefully, that gives us a little bit of a mood bonus with people, because we all agreed on something instead of constantly having to turn people down, because that didn't work out for me very well. We have built the civilian industries here on T Prime, and we are also upgrading our reassembled ship shelter into a planetary administration. So that will help, but we are a good deal lower on consumer goods than I would like to be, if I'm perfectly honest. Perhaps we can find something that will help with that. Maybe we could drop the amount of consumer goods used. I don't believe so. We may have an edict that we can use for them. The signal we intercepted with a distress call from a ship in orbit around Lactabon 5. The ship is not giving off any heat signatures and seems to be drifting. A special project has been issued. Ooh, intriguing. Yes, we absolutely have time for this. Let's have a look. The derelict ship. Go to. I would like you to manage that one, please. Go ahead and check that out for me. Please and indeed thank you. Excellent. Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about that. This takes priority for now. But let's have a look at our edicts. There may be one that'll help with this. Yeah, it'll drop it by 10%. How much are we currently using? Consumed is... Well, that would... that may actually give us all we need. So, sure, I'll drop down the money for that. There we go. Consumer goods upkeep should drop a little bit. We'll see how that pans out. There we go. Perfect. That's the 6 that we need. Marvellous. Right. Having searched the ship and inspected the crew's remains, Science Officer Big Al has deduced that the crew members must have killed each other. The solitude and confinement of space travel can break even the strongest of minds. Well, that's a little bit sad, honestly. Critical failure! We are receiving a distress signal from the ISS Agathamiris. The crew has gone mad and are killing each other. The captain lost all control. Sending help would be futile at this point. Could this have been anything to do with that derelict ship they recently investigated? Damn it! Bloody Pandorum! You stupid people! Ah, my lord. And it wasn't even like the home planet blew up or anything. They had no reason to go mad. But then, does anyone ever have a reason to go mad? Poop. And I imagine this means we've also lost Big Al. Let's go and have a look at leaders. Big Al, did you make it off? Did you manage to flee? No. Moment of silence, please, for Big Al. Taken from us before his time. Truly a dark day for the EOS Commonwealth. It is 22:40, almost 22:41, and it's election time, which we may get past this. As long as this doesn't drop, we will have completed what we set out to do. Or rather, our leader will have completed what they set out to do. Currently, it looks heavily in favor of Dodal or Casa to take the leadership. I'm just going to allow the dice to fall as it may. But we've also got a tradition. Now then, where are we going to put that point? What new tree are we going to unlock? I think we're going to go for expansion because honestly we need to do a lot of that right now. So sure, let's go down with the expansion route. So unlocking it is going to mean that colony development speed is going to happen 1/4 as fast as it was, or rather, increase by 25%. It won't happen 25% as fast as it did. It'll happen 125%. That would be an awful upgrade, quote unquote. Right, things are looking okay here in terms of job availability on most planets. Ooh, Oolong Prime, you do not, and it's not going to be long before we need to get more jobs for you, and you're not going to have another slot open up for a little while. So I'm thinking maybe we go ahead and, yeah, we'll get another city district up and running just to prep the way for that. I think that would be wise. Let's have a look at how our current levels are going. It's going okay for the time being. Oh, there we go. We have managed to take a new star system. Marvelous. Go ahead and start bringing everything in. Our station here will be picking up the trade from around these areas. Where is our other construction ship? All the way down there. Just been chilling out for reasons unknown. Well, we could pick this one up, but honestly, I would rather go straight for this one instead and continue pushing forward. That is a much, much juicier system. The only reason I would really take a system like this is if it had a planet that I wanted to colonize, or it would add to the kind of cohesion of my borders more than anything else, really. New ruler mandate. Dodal has been elected as the revered elder of the EOS Commonwealth. Okay, very well. And as per our revered elder's mandate, our resource production has improved, and we gained a whopping great chunk of unity. Hooray for us! I'm very, very happy indeed with this. Following a long period of growing support for the Path to Victory Committee, the Republic of Pultran Og has finally embraced the faction, adopting their core values and policies. Okay, they've become a little bit more militaristic. Is that a good thing for us? Probably not. Energy infrastructure. Okay, we want to elect on a platform of constructing at least 2 additional generator districts. Oh, well, that shouldn't be too hard for us to do. And 2 research at the same time. Fantastic. Basic combat roles. Finally. It's like we're not laboring under the incredible burden of the ship assist for our pilots. It's basically an abacus by the side of their flight stick and throttle, and so they can just quickly tot up some numbers. Now they actually have an onboard AI that will help in some way. Though no shade to abacuses, they've carried us quite far. So we're colonizing the stars. The humble abacus. It has taken us a good long way, far further than anyone really suspected it would. But it is time for us to move on. We could increase credits from technicians. Having more money is always a nice thing. Yeah, I think we're going to just straight up go for more money, honestly. And we now have more minerals coming in. Hooray! Also, our army hits harder. That's always nice, too. We could pick this one up. It would be very cheap to get. Coil gun is also very nice. Ooh. Unlocks building exotic gas refineries. I don't really want that. I would rather be able to mine it rather than have this. No, we're going to go ahead and get the standardized Corvette patterns. Let's just knock that one out. It'll only take us 6 months to do that one. And looking down here, crystalline pacification. Yeah, okay. Let's start on that one. Let's get that one done as well. Now, Caladan, you got a couple of things that can go down. Oh, fantastic. Truly. Now, this is our agri-world. It is responsible for our farms. Honestly, I'm tempted to just keep plowing down the districts there to manage that. But what we could look at are other things. So we've got the gene clinic here. It's possibly not as good of a building when you stack up the length of time it takes for it to start paying itself back as other options. Administrative office can turn consumer goods into administrative capacity. I mean, that would be nice. I'm not going to lie. But I'm thinking that I would rather go for something else. Maybe even the Hollow theaters to get that whopping great bonus to our amenities. And also Unity as well. That might be quite nice. I mean, one person's Hollow theater is another person's bar. Let's get a place for all of our hardworking hydroponics farmers to let their hair down after a shift. There we go. And after that, we will also go ahead and upgrade to the planetary administration. There we go. Marvelous, I think. Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. I approve. Right, okay. Well, with that done, it looks like we can upgrade quite a few of our ships at this point, so go ahead and do that. We don't really have any new toys yet. We don't have the coil guns, but that being said, we can actually go into the ship design and now specify the combat roles that I want these ships to have. Wow, you don't have afterburners? Why is this? Please have them. Oh, power. Right. Can we upgrade that? No, we can't. That is a bit of a pain. Well, I could drop that in favor of armor so that we can have the afterburners. And in terms of the combat computer, we want you to pick it. I want you to kind of stay, not to swarm them, not with the missiles, just stay a little bit further back. There we go. We'll save you. There we are. Design with that name already exists. Yes, I would like you to upgrade it, honestly. And it looks like we're probably going to have to do the same thing for each one and get rid of one shield in order to have the afterburner. Now you, absolutely, you need to just be all up in their faces. There we go, Grey Tiger. You are now a swarmer. Fantastic. Now, as for our destroyers, we've got the Raccoons, which is the longer range of the two. We've got Doc, which is literally a picket ship. So we definitely want something along those lines. There we are, picket. So the ship will advance to close range and attempt to intercept the enemy and ideally their missiles and fighters. So let's make sure that that's a thing that you're doing. Yep, that's all done there. And the raccoons, well, for you, since you've got a long range weapon, I would kind of like it. Let's see. Yeah, the ship will stay at long range and fire its long range weapons on the target. Yeah, let's go ahead and go for artillery there for raccoons. So there we are. All of our ships are now updated. So that means we need to pop through an upgrade order once again. There we go. And everyone should be fully upgraded. And I'll be very, very happy to see that happen. Okay, it is the year 2241. We haven't actually passed much time so far. And here we go. Another archaeological site. There's a lot of things happening in the very early part of this episode, it seems. All right. Yet another translated log. Running out of food. 8 are dead 5 cycles ago. But not enough to last us. We had a vote and decided to eat the captain. Engineer Zabla still working hard on a subspace transmitter. She assures me it is nearly complete. It looks very complex. Pervax's last secondary appendage has shriveled up and turned magenta. Death is near. Really? How long is a cycle? Because, I mean, if you're talking like a cycle as in a year, Pervax's death, it's not so much that I don't believe you that the death is quote unquote near. It's just I'm wondering what you define as near, and I'm thinking that our definitions are perhaps not the same. Either way, moving on to the next thing. This is an interesting thing. Oh man, I mean, eating the dead, that makes sense. Eating the captain while he was alive. Did you at least wash him? Because if you stuck him in that closet for 5 cycles, I can't imagine that was a very hygienic meal. Poor old captain. Oh well. Continuing on, maybe what happened to Big Al was actually a mercy, considering what seems to happen to the crew that were on this planet. Concluded. Knowledge unlocked. Fantastic. Ooh, Bentharan power plant. Yes, I would very much like this. Wait. Do we actually have a planet with Betharian power? Betharian stones on it. Well, after a quick look through all of our planets, it doesn't look like any of our planets currently have Betharian crystals, so there's no point in unlocking the Betharian power plant. We could improve the hull on some of our ships, or just go for the Starhold, and I think, honestly, of all of these, the Starhold is the better option for us. So we're going to start unlocking that one. It's going to take us a good old while. 83 months, so we're still going to finish it before we finish regenerative hull tissue. So I guess it isn't that really that long, honestly. But okay, well, continuing on the expansion, as soon as we're finished building up here, we will hopefully be able to start expanding out and hopefully get up to Pila before anyone else does and secure ourselves another planet.
Our science ship is under fire. Our science ship has been destroyed.
That was incredibly unfortunate. The Scavenger. The Yon system is a sprawling graveyard of mechanical debris. The wreckage of untold number of derelict ships circle its star. Swaths of fuel and liquid coolant cloud our senses like ghosts, and crackling station remnants collide with the shattered carcasses of planets on their path around the sun. An incredible construct stirs in the heart of this graveyard. It appears to be a gigantic machine, a robotic automaton larger than our greatest battleships. Jerry-rigged from the scraps and pieces of 1,000 shipwrecks, the ISS Isidore reports that the scavenging robot sifts through the debris field with a fixed purpose, scrounging for useful parts to add to its patchwork configuration. It is clear a battle of astronomical proportions once took place here, though whether the Scavenger is its sole survivor or a scrap hunter from some distant nation remains unknown. We should exercise caution, as the construct bears heavy artillery from dozens of warships. Yeah, that caution didn't work out so well. Rest in peace, Apple Fumble. Oh, this episode hasn't been kind to the Eos Commonwealth, not even slightly. Well, we need some new science ships. Rather desperately, I would say. Rather desperately. So let's get on to that straight away. we need, I think, at least 2 new science ships. So 1, and then by the time that one's finished, probably a second. Ooh. Contact report, Leviathan. News of the encounter with the deep space construct of gargantuan proportions is spreading throughout the Eos Commonwealth. While the entity does not appear to be biological in nature, its mere existence has inescapable ramifications for the possibilities of technology and mega engineering. It is awe-inspiring. Yeah, I mean, it is. It also really sucks that our scientist died, but, you know, awe-inspiring certainly can't be denied. Where was that? Was it out here? No, it possibly there. Scavenger boy, yeah. Damn it, Yon. Oh well, hopefully you're not going in that direction. No, you should be clever and not go towards certain death, but you never can tell. We're also going to need 2 new leaders then, I suppose. So, Hjarden is available right now. Are you really? That's a bit of an interesting one. Let's go ahead and have a look at our technology, just to make sure. Oh, okay, so we do have Hjarden ready to take the helm, but we're going to need someone else as well. Now, let's have a quick look. We've got some decent skills here. I do like to try and get a spread of them. We don't have any physics focuses, so sure. Octavius Furnier, you are recruited, but that is, of course, not your real name. Your real name is, in fact, Soulwind. Thank you very much for being a patron supporter, Soulwind. Welcome to the Eos Commonwealth. Long may you live without being torn apart by rebelling crew who've been driven mad by some sort of eldritch horror, or straight up just murdered by the remnant of Unicron. What's left of Unicron. His head just floating around Cybertron. Eventually it managed to build itself a new body. You all saw it coming. Habitable World Survey. We now know without a doubt that a thriving biosphere is not something unique to Aavak. Well, one could say that, yes, considering we're on 3 other worlds. Both the scientific community and the public at large are eager to learn more about the various forms of alien life throughout the galaxy. Efforts to catalog the life forms we encounter are already underway, but our xenobiologists have urged us to focus our planetary survey efforts on habitable, life-bearing worlds. A commendable initiative.
Situation log has been updated.
Okay. Right, so... surely I should get credit for the worlds I've already surveyed. Come on, that's unfortunate. Imagine if you got that quest like really late in the game and everything's already been surveyed. It's like, well, that was a whole lot of uselessness to me. My goodness. Let's get up there, and you can start work on the mines, and you can start work on the research stations. There we go. Perfect. I approve. Right, we've got 2 new science ships. Let's get these assigned. Hjarden, there you go. Enjoy exploring. And the captain of the Calipus shall be Soulwind. Try not to die. As more and more spacefaring civilizations establish formal relations with one another, the galaxy is becoming a vibrant and lively place. To avoid tragic misunderstandings between nations, an increasing number of diplomats have called for the establishment of a new pan-galactic organization, a community, if you will, where the empires of the galaxy can meet to discuss important matters. Should the Eos Commonwealth pledge its support for the creation of the galactic community? Yes, this is 100% a worthy endeavor. More space friends. Also, Hiran Sovereignty. Who are you? I have not seen you before, but I'm sure we're going to be fine, close, super close friends, in fact. Yeah, we're definitely going to be amazingly close friends. You know why I know this? Because I am going to send my envoys, and there's no force in the galaxy can withstand that. They have a cast his belly on us. Okay, xenophobic isolationists. I refuse. No. We are, in fact, going to be friends. So let's bring you across from the Federation, and also let's have a look. One of the ones from the Micton Keepers. Let's have 2 people working on this. This is going to be a harder nut to crack than most. So let's not waste any time. Let's send in the big guns there. Let's have a look at everyone else. We're on par with most of our neighbors actually right now, which is pretty nice. And the Micton Keepers, really? You've got an inferior fleet power. Mind you, you were kind of sandwiched in. Wow, the Serban Collective really have kind of pincered you. I feel sorry for you. But the Mixing Keepers, yeah, our relation with them, they're not going particularly well. Let's be honest. You're pretty happy with most people, I should imagine. You are actually rivaling the Mictron Keepers as well. Wow. Okay, well, I guess... Well, it makes a little bit more sense because you're neighboring them. Is there any point in us trying? Continually trying with this? I mean, we could keep it up. Let's go and have a look. They are receptive to us, at the very least. We've got a lot of nice treaties with them. That's benefiting us in a lot of ways. You are rivaled with everyone around you. You've closed borders to everyone but me. I'm very, very flattered to be the only person you allow through your lands. I mean, I kind of like the idea of just keeping, doing my damnedest to be friends with everyone. I think this is a solid strategy, or at the very least, I'm interested in seeing how this strategy plays out. But for now, I'm just going to let my science ships get out there, start exploring more of the galaxy, and claim more systems as we go. Apparently, we're not going to be stepping away just yet. Another log from First Mate Ithar. Confronted Zabla about the subspace transmitter. Turns out she had just shoved a bunch of junk and loose cables into an empty fuel canister. She's not even a real engineer. Pervax is now leaking fluids from his mesothorax. Will surely perish soon. Envious. Wow. I had a funny feeling the Zabla was not an engineer. It's like, yeah, this sure does look complicated. Really? That seems telling. I am incredibly curious to see where this crashed spaceship goes. I mean, it's not going anywhere now, it's crashed, but I want to know where the story goes. But yes, I will bring you back when there is more to report. Abandoned gateway. We have encountered another abandoned gateway, this time near Kibaran Maelstrom. It appears to have been built entirely by microscopic nanites of an unknown design. Unlike the previous structure, this gateway has been significantly altered since its initial construction. Its connection to the rest of the network has been severed. Instead, the only valid destination is an uncharted group of stars just beyond our galaxy that have been designated the L cluster by our astronomers. Although the gateway emits a faint power signature, it has been deliberately locked into some kind of maintenance loop that prevents its activation. Until we find some way of aborting this process, the L cluster will remain beyond our reach. That is fascinating. The Kiabran Maelstrom. Okay, intriguing.
Has been
Let's pause that for a moment. Where did we just see that then? Where is this? It'll be on the edge somewhere. Okay, it doesn't look like it was one of our researchers that unveiled that one. We should be able to find it, I believe. There we are. Donk. So it's up here somewhere. Really? Oh, it's in the middle. Oh no, that one is new to me. I thought they always appeared on the edges of space. Wow, okay. Fair enough. Strategic resource information. We've learned of a new strategic resource. Encountered on Kiabran Maelstrom in the territories of League of Gakaga. We've got a new person I need to make friends with. Damn it. This is very hard being friends with everyone, you know. Let's have a look at you. Oh, actually, no. We're already okay-ish friends with you, as it happens. They're improving relations with us. They're improving relations with us. Nice. They are improving relations with us. That's very nice indeed. We're improving relations with you. But I would kind of like to try and improve yours. Let's have a quick chat with you handsome devils, shall we? You got a superior fleet power, but you're equivalent in all other ways. Okay, well, that's fine. I think we shall be improving our relationship with you, yes. Let's go ahead and... Well... They're only got skill level 1. I don't know if that ever changes. Sure, I'm going to pull over 1 from helping with the Huron sovereignty. I can't move you for another while. Oh, okay, well, I can't move you. For another 91 days. Okay, well, we'll just have to remember that then and try to start working that up there. There's not much that we really need to do otherwise. But perhaps we can talk to the Serpent Collective then. Hello. Is there anything we can do? No, and it doesn't look like there's any chance of bringing you back into the Federation, unfortunately. That is a shame. Okay, well... There's no point in being their vassal. No, that would be bad times. Okay, well, that's not going anywhere for now. Well, let's have a look in here. How are things going? I think we should start contributing some of our fleet capacity to having a fleet for this Federation. I think that would actually be quite a nice move. Also, I'd like invite members to be majority vote only instead of unanimous vote. So let's go ahead and pop that one down. Yes. Let's get that one through and see if they go for it. They did. Fantastic. I approve. Let's have a look at the next one. I'm fine with having separate treaties, honestly. Yeah, I wouldn't want to have... we'd be prohibited from having research agreements, migration treaties, or commercial pacts with empires outside the Federation. No, that is not what I want. War declaration, I'm fine with having a unanimous vote on this one. But, succession type challenge. Federation chooses president by challenge. May the best win. I mean... I'll be all for this when the metric by which we judge the best is not economy, because I'm the worst at that. When it is having the most friends, yeah, we're definitely going for challenge at that point. But until then, let's get fleet contribution. This Federation has a minor collaborative military effort. Members transfer 10% of their naval capacity to the Federation. Monthly cohesion will drop a little bit. Now, only the Republic of Pultron Og is down with this. These laws determine how much naval capacity our members get. I would like it. Let's have a look at our cohesion in general. Monthly cohesion change. We've got 3 envoys, so we could swallow the impact for the most part. Yeah, we'll be fine. This wouldn't be an issue if we had very many other things that start eating into it. This is going to take us down to only gaining 1 cohesion, having just 1 positive cohesion. Now, right now, that's not an issue because we're already at as high as it can be, so we don't need to pull our EXP up anymore. Oh, well, actually, it needs to come up just a tiny bit, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pop that through. We'll see if we can push this through. Whether or not it needs to be unanimous, I don't know. Let's propose that law. I vote yes on this. Let's see how the vote goes. Yes, it did vote. It did go through. Fantastic. I approve. Federation Fleet Construction. Oh, let me pause that there. Oh, my lord. Everywhere just joined. So much just went on in the background there. Right, let's see what that just changed. Vote weight. Equal. Every member has 1 vote, and each vote has equal value. I like that. Diplomatic. Votes are determined by diplomatic weight. More influential members wield more power. Requires centralization to be medium or higher. Well, I mean, the economy is there. Is that how you're judging it? Because, I mean, we tend to push through things to get our diplomatic weight up. And I quite like that. Federation Fleet Construction. Cannot change this law in this category for 3,543 days. Okay. But yeah, okay, so only the leader is allowed to do it. We've got a small fleet, so it's not much of one. But it's not bad either. But we've got this is a historic day. Several of the galaxy's prominent spacefaring empires, including the Eos Commonwealth, have announced the creation of the Galactic Community. This supranational organization will serve as a forum where matters involving the entire galaxy can be discussed and decided upon. As one of its founding members, we can take pride in this milestone of galactic history. A great day for the galaxy and the Eos Commonwealth! Hooray! But before we get down to that, we are not the Federation president, alas. This is quite sad. Let's have a quick look. Right, okay. So you're the president at the moment, and then it'll probably go to the Bathurian Trading Consortium, I imagine. Oh well, we're just going to leave it in your hands. The next level is going to give us federal attaches. The arbiters of the Federation agenda, our envoys, are savvy and active in their efforts to improve the sense of belonging and mutual benefit between our members. Gain 1 unity for each envoy assigned to the Federation. Oh wow, that's actually pretty cool. Interior lines. Well-charted and patrolled hyperspace corridors within our territory permit unparalleled freedom of movement, allowing our nations to rapidly concentrate wherever required. Ship speed is increased by 10% while in Federation space, and sanctity of office. Rising to the highest office in our Federation is no royal coronation. It is a limitless commitment in service to all sentient life. Nevertheless, the presidency comes with a great deal of prestige. President modifier, Federation influence gain +1. Oh, okay. So, it's good to wear the crown, I guess. All right, well, we'll leave the fleet in your capable hands, but we now have the Galactic Community to look at. On 2244, what a fantastic number. An auspicious day indeed. 224401, okay, combo breaker. But 04, not, somewhat redeemed. Let's have a look. You're so quiet, Veer.
To decide galactic law by voting on resolutions.
So quiet.
You can support proposed resolutions from the queue, which will add your diplomatic weight to its total support. The resolution with the most support in the queue will move onto the Senate floor once it is in session. There it will be voted on whether it should become galactic law.
Take note, the galactic focus, as it gives direction to a common goal for the community. Lastly, you can see who are all our members, as well as any galactic modifiers that may be in play from resolutions on the screen. Very well, thank you very much, Veer. Now this is where some really big stuff can actually happen. Now let's have a look at who's here. The Bathurian Trading Consortium, I'm not surprised. We've also got the Mictor Keepers, interesting. The Huron Sovereignty. We've got me. The League of Gakara, so that would be you guys. We've got the Klax Nation, right there. And we have the Glebzig Foundation. Interesting that we're not seeing the... Oh, no, there's the Huron Sovereignty. And the Micton Keepers are here, but not the Saban Collective. Nor do we have the Republic of Pultranok. They didn't want to be here, maybe? That's very interesting. No active modifiers. Okay, so well, how would anything we pass here, would that affect people who aren't in it? Because that is very interesting, unless I misread something. Are Pultron Og here? I don't think they are. Let's just go through again. No, they are not. Interesting. Okay, so resolutions can be proposed from the resolutions tab, adding it to the proposal queue on the left. Very well. I do want to assign an envoy, because that will give us a little bit of sway over here. But first, we can have a look at the Senate floor.
It's where the galactic community votes to pass or defeat the proposed resolution from the queue which had the most diplomatic support. As a member, you can vote yes, no, or abstain. If the resolution passes, it will become galactic law and impact everyone in the galactic community.
Now that's the thing, in the galactic community. Empires who don't abstain will gain an opinion increase with empires that voted on their side, and a decrease with those who voted against them. If you have gained diplomatic favors from other empires, you may use them here to boost your diplomatic weight on the Senate floor. So it's not really a favor in the traditional sense of a favor, where someone just agrees, oh yeah, down the road, I'll do a thing for you in return. Later down the road, they could still say, nah, you're not having that favor, actually. It seems here that you can just use that favor, and I don't know, it impresses upon their diplomatic corps to campaign for whatever it is that you want. So it adds some sort of strength, and you can see how it all kind of builds up. You've got the supporters on this side, opponents abstaining, and then you can have a look at resolution down here.
Of the currently enacted resolutions, you may propose a new resolution by selecting it from a resolution chain, which will cost you influence.
You may only propose the first enacted resolution in the chain. You must lay the groundwork before proposing more radical changes, and even then, not everyone will support them. If a resolution passes, the next resolution in the chain cannot be proposed for many years. So this is a marathon, not a sprint. For you to get to the big things in these chains will take time. So let's have a look at what we've got. Change galactic focus. Let's have a look at that. Form the galactic market. De facto galactic trade, unbound by international diplomacy, has existed since the first two interstellar species met. As galactic leaders, we should agree that it is time to legitimize this commercial forum so that all may benefit. So that would set up the galactic market. You've got sanctions, defense and war, rules of war, mutual defense, Guardian Angel Act. The soldiers that dedicate their lives to keeping our planet safe should be recognized and honored. And you can see how it will affect all sort of things. There are lots of different options here, but this is what it means by the chain. We'd have to move through a lot of different things to get down. Each one of these has lots of different stuff that you can look at. Now, since there are so many of these options, it would take me a very long time to just read them through on each one. So instead, I'm just going to scroll the bar up, and you can have a look at the title, and it'll probably give a good enough idea of what it probably is. And you can also notice that some of them, there is a pretty strong amount of support in the galactic community for that action to go through anyway, and some of them very weak support, intermediate support, so on and so forth. But have a look through the names, and if there are any that you would in particular like to get more information on, just pop a comment down below and I'll be sure to read that out in the next episode. But I think that's where we're going to be wrapping this one up. A not bad job. We've barely moved forward, and this is very different from the first two episodes, but I am continually trying to tweak the editing process. Please leave your feedback on that down below. Did you like this pace versus the other twos? Did you prefer it being a little bit faster? That sort of thing. This is an iterative process, and I'm just trying to zero in on that sweet spot. But we've made about, I think it's around 7 years worth of progress. It's not bad, I suppose. We've done a lot of work in that time, and we've made some progress in digging into exactly what happened to that poor crew that crash landed on that planet. And Pervax in particular. Is Pervax going to survive? Are we going to eventually get to the end of this thing, open up some door, and Pervax is the only survivor, just there with many eyes missing and shriveled up appendages, but still alive because he just refuses to die? What a trooper. But that is going to be it from me. In the next episode, we will probably find out what is at the end of that particular archaeological dig chain, and indeed, we will start playing around with the Galactic Senate and making some proposals and hopefully passing a few of them as well. But that is going to be it from me for now. So thank you very much for joining me for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. I do look forward to any feedback in the comments down below. But until next time, as always, do take care.